Hey guys, for today's mobility challenge, we're going to be focusing on the quads. We're just going to do some foam rolling and stretching just to help with recovery. So all you're going to need is a foam roller. I happen to have a weight bench today, but you can certainly just use your couch or like an ottoman at home. But we're just going to first just start out by foam rolling the quads. All right, this is nice just for some recovery after some lower body work. So we're just going to get right on the front of the legs, okay? And you can do both at the same time for this, and you're just gonna roll back and forth. And what I want you to do is I want you to try to find some sore spots that are more sore than others, and kind of focus on those a little bit more, all right? So you can kind of rotate a little bit to hit different angles of your quad. You might find that some spots are a little bit more tender, or you can cross one leg over to put a little bit more pressure on that other leg, okay? So today's goal is to do 2 minutes per side. You're just gonna accumulate that per side. You don't have to do it all at once, but that's the goal just for foam rolling. Again, this is a nice tool just for some recovery. I like to do it after exercise. Next one's more of a stretch. For me, I just had this balancing foam pad. It just helps bring me up a little bit higher towards whatever surface I'm stretching from. So we're gonna put top of the foot right on the bench. The knee's gonna be down. You're just gonna be in a tall kneeling position, okay? Now the goal here is we're stretching the quad, but we're also gonna be hitting the hip flexor a little bit. Whichever one's a little bit tighter, you might feel it in one more than the other. Doesn't really matter which one, but just be cognizant that maybe your quads aren't quite as tight as your hip flexor, so you just feel it more here, and that's perfectly fine. All right, so when we do this, the number one thing you wanna think about is squeezing this glute. Whichever leg is down, you're gonna wanna squeeze this glute, because those are a good hip extensor. That's a really strong muscle, and it's gonna push your hips forward, and that's gonna give you more of a stretch on your quad and your hip flexor. All right, one thing I don't want you to do for this one, so think about not arching your back and kind of leaning forward. That's gonna put some strain on your lumbar spine. It's actually gonna decrease the stretch in the hip. All right, so we're just gonna squeeze here. Everything's gonna stay nice and tall. All right, if you wanna intensify the stretch, you can just lean forward a little bit. For today's goal, we're gonna shoot for 3 rounds of 30 seconds per side.